It's the Ron and Fez Show, and we will be broadcasting live August 12th. That's a Thursday night in Bethesda at the Dave & Buster's at the White Flint Mall.
Hey, Fez, did you see that this song, Jungle Boogie, is being used for a cartoon? That new Las Vegas lion cartoon?
Oh, the Siegfried and Roy cartoon from the creators of Shrek.
I can't see this getting over at all, can you?
No, it looks awful. And they got John Goodman doing a voice, Carl Reiner.
He is so ready to do a voiceover, John Goodman.
Yeah, it's got to be just physically easier to do.
Oh, yeah.
To sit in a chair and talking to a microphone instead of actually have to move about a stage.
And if it hits, there's really, really big money in it. I know, I think Mike Myers gets $10 million plus a piece of the profits from those stupid Shrek films. By the way, how is Shrek doing against Spider-Man? Do you know, Fez?
Actually, Shrek is at Shrek is like $100 million more than Spider-Man right now.
So, what kind of path is Spider-Man on? Can he catch it or no?
Yeah, I think Spider-Man can still catch Shrek because Spider-Man's still growing. Obviously, there's been a lot of fall off, but Shrek is done.
Yeah.
You know, the Shrek money, that is all finished.
It's just, it had an enormous cartoon summer for Shrek. Now, our buddy ADF said he would eat his own hat if Shrek was not the #1 grossing film of the year. We could have beat him on this because it didn't work worldwide. But you got to give the guy credit, Fez, if it holds on in America. He shouldn't have to eat his hat.
Here's where we're at now. $429 million for Shrek 2. At $328 million for Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 still climbing.
But can it pick up another $100 million? I did not see Spider-Man 2. I did not see Shrek. Unlike people like you and Schmugs, I'm not really big into the summer blockbusters.
Well, I went to see Spider-Man twice, and I did not see Shrek at all because I really wanted to see someone eat their hat.
Is that what you based it on?
Yeah, and I want to do my part.
Now, I haven't seen one big summer blockbuster this year, but I do think I'm going out Friday to see The Village. And I wasn't going to. I remember I moaned all through. But just on the outside chance that this could be a good picture, and I know I don't want to know the twist in it.
Yeah, I always will go see. So far, I'm on an M. Night Shyamalan bandwagon.
Yeah.
Where I will still go see whatever he puts out. I haven't soured on it yet.
You don't think his films have gotten progressively worse since his opening blockbuster, The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, Sixth Sense, great. I loved Unbreakable. That was
more than Sixth Sense?
No, not more than Sixth Sense, but it was one of my favorites.
I liked it. I was a little disappointed. I kind of wanted more story, but I liked where it was going. And then I have to admit, even if I did a thumb up, thumbs down, it wouldn't be a real hard thumbs down on that Signs movie, but it still would be leaning down. I was very disappointed in that.
Yeah, I like Signs enough. I would never say it's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would buy the DVD. I doubt it.
Yeah, I've never watched it again since I saw it in the theater. Speaking of which, Fez, I actually got this email from a guy named Jason Q.
Email?
Email, Fez. You know, email that you read.
All right, so the postman came this late?
Let me check the year. No, it's 2004, Fez. We don't use a postman. We use computers. Here, I'll explain it through this.
And now, Ron and Fez, the show of the future, brings you...
Electronic mail. Mail sent electronically.
It's electronic mail, Fez, or email, and it gets to us instantaneous right here at ronandfez at AOL.com.
Oh, now I understand completely.
All right, listen to this. Ronnie B. and Fezzy, do you guys still like going to the movies, or do you feel like going to the movies isn't as fun as it used to be because of all the hassles that go on at movie theaters? I know Fez still goes and sees big blockbusters, but since DVDs, I'd rather wait for the DVD to come out than pay $10 and sit in the theater and watch 20 minutes worth of previews and then listen to a bunch of kids talk over the movie the entire time. A while back, I started only going to matinees of movies I really wanted to see, but now I'm thinking about fading that out. Just wanted to hear your point of view. Sincerely, Jason Q. We'll send Jason Q to the big ass prize closet, and if we read your electronic mail, on the air, we'll send you to the big-ass prize closet. Fez, do you agree with him? Going to the movies not as fun?
Yeah, I mean, when he said the 20 minutes of commercials, that hit home. That is out of control.
What about the 20? You don't enjoy the 20 at all when you're at those theaters?
The 20 I like. I like watching the 20. But when you're ready, when the lights finally come down and you're ready to start watching stuff, I don't want to see a car commercial. I don't want to see a sneaker commercial.
Yeah, that's different than previews. A preview can be fun, but we'll get to that together later. I never, ever want to see a commercial when I just paid $10, and in my case, since I'm taking a family there, a lot more than just a single ticket, and I shouldn't have to sit there after spending $40 before I even get my food and sit and watch a Pepsi commercial. I'm not even crazy about the be quiet in the theater commercials.
Yeah, with the commercials, I don't know, is it me or are they longer than a minute? Because they seem like little mini movies that are going on, and you finally realize that the guy chasing the chicken, it's all about sneakers.
Well, sometimes they're the same commercials you'll see on TV. Now, if you're getting free television, I don't mind seeing a commercial. That's the deal. That is the deal. But if you're paying, you should not have to see a commercial. Just like I don't want to see one on HBO, I shouldn't have to watch one when I'm at the AMC. Now we'll move into previews. This has ruined film as far as I'm concerned. When I go to see a preview, and let's say it's Spider-Man 2, I shouldn't see Doc Ock. That should be part of the excitement of going to the film. Not only that, most of these previews take a full 2 minutes and just show you little clips of action throughout the film. And I've actually seen previews where they're carrying the person off because he's won the big game. So you would no longer worried about what this film is about.
Most of them totally show the ending now. With the previews, it's, you know, have you ever gotten to this point where you see so many of them, you forgot what movie you came to see?
Yeah, because they run about 4 or 5 previews now. And I'm a preview fan. I like to know what's coming to the theater. I don't have a problem with seeing them. I just do not want them to overtell the story.
I remember probably one of the last good previews was when Bruce Willis did that Fifth Element, and you never knew what the thing was even about. I think they would just show a 5 or something.
Yeah.
And the Fifth Element is coming. And the preview much better than the movie.
Is that right? I don't think I saw that one at the theater. I saw Fifth Element on TV. I know I shouldn't say it, but I didn't mind that one. I actually thought it was kind of a fun movie. Dubs, you still go to films as much as you used to?
No, and actually I've fallen so far that I'll barely rent either. I'll wait for it to come on cable.
You know what? I've done that more, and I never would have been that way a few years ago. But I've had stuff like, normally when the pay-per-view comes on, I would always just hit that because it'd be easy enough. This weekend, I didn't hit the Then Came Polly. I'm just like, I'm already burned on this guy. And it's a film that I normally would want to see. But for some reason, they've just worn me down a little bit.
Some of them come so fast. It seems like Along Came Polly was just in the theater.
Well, there's been 7 more movies by the same guy since he did that one. It's kind of sad, but in the meantime, I think movies are making more than ever. And they're not really aimed at us. They're aimed at high school kids. That's why the previews are the way that they are. That's why, you know, they want to jazz the kids of saying, this is not a film. This is something really exciting, like a roller coaster ride. And I'd rather the people just, if you really want a roller coaster ride, go get on one. Let's not turn it into every film. I'll tell you something else I don't like when I'm at the big theaters, where you're trying to watch your film, but because there's a Blockbuster next door to your film that you're watching, the wall is shaking and you can hear the explosions while you're trying to watch your movie.
Yeah, sometimes it's so loud. If there is a Blockbuster there, you're going to your theater, one next to it has already started, you can hear what's going on in the movie you're going to see.
And then but for me, sometimes I'm like, damn, that sounds a lot more exciting over there. There's a lot more action going on in that next theater than mine. But it's like sitting next to a thunderstorm now.
And Jason Q, he mentioned in his email about matinees. Matinees used to be great because with the shift we work, with our hours, you could go and have a theater to yourself. Matinees are just as crowded as nighttime shows.
Well, it's summer now. That's the problem. There's so many kids out there that are just going to lock into a summer movie. You got to wait till September, October, and you'll have the theater to yourself again. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Here's John. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
You mentioned on a good point a couple minutes ago. 2 previews that were much better than the movie, Pearl Harbor and Independence Day.
Pearl Harbor, they gave you the big, exciting scenes of Pearl Harbor being bombed during that preview. And I will agree with you. That's what the movie was about, just those special effects. And you never really cared about the characters or really felt that they were real at all in that movie, Pearl Harbor.
They do that with the action movies. They show you all the best action stuff. With a comedy, they'll show you the very best of the jokes.
Yeah, that's a bigger problem for me than the action. Very good point. And then I'm even annoyed when people will start laughing real hard at the Jim Carrey line. That's already been on TV, and you've already seen in the previews. You've already seen this out there. And why would you want to give away? And they did it with the Ron Burgundy. There was so many jokes on before it actually even got into the theater.
Yeah, that thing had 10, 12 different commercials running for it.
Yeah.
So by the time you add those all together, you've seen Anchorman.
Yeah, and you've seen the best parts of it. Hey, Vince, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, what's up? I just had to say I completely agree with you. I can't even sit into the previews. I'd rather be 10 to 15 minutes late just to watch the movie instead of see the previews because it ruins the whole next movies that are coming out for me.
It is,
the whole thing, just like Alien vs. Predator. Have you seen that one yet?
Yeah, I have.
Yep, seen that.
Yeah.
Everything, every good part, except for probably more killing and whatnot.
Yeah, and you even get the, hey, they've lured us here. Oh, they're not feeding on us. We're in the middle of a war. They've given out really big plot points, and I know that a kid doesn't care about plot points. But an adult, you could like those kind of films, Fez.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even with the tagline, no matter who wins, we lose.
Right.
So that Earth gets the hell beat out of it in this thing. You didn't need to know it. You just really needed to know Alien versus Predator.
That should be enough to sell that movie. If you liked Predator, if you liked Alien, here it is. And if you just have their 2 faces up there, let it go for 10 seconds. Let everybody go, oh, mumble, 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 kid, it's going to be great. And then you move on to the next things. But why give everything away?
But you can be 20 minutes late for a movie and still see the beginning of it with the preview.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Tyler, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, one killer intro is the one for Ocean's 12. They're not giving away any of the plot. Just names and big, bold type.
Well, you know what? That's the way previews used to be. Or sometimes you would just see, the director explaining it. There's different sites out there where you can go see, the 70s movies previews. They were totally different than what previews were now. And if you had a film like Close Encounters, they would just kind of explain what a close encounter of a third kind was without giving too much away.
Yeah, I would think, in the 70s, if you had a creature movie, you didn't get to see the creature. That was part of the suspense. They didn't put it on the poster outside.
Yeah, and the whole bit used to be, do not, let your friends know about this. Just tell them to go see the film and don't discuss too much. Here is Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Cool in the gang, my friend.
Yeah, you guys are saying that trailers are 2 minutes long and they show everything, right?
Yeah.
But they have teasers where they only show 30 seconds up to a minute.
Yeah, but the point is this. You don't know what you're going to see when you go to the movie. You're pretty much stuck there, and if you see a film that maybe you want to see, you're stuck seeing this thing unless you somehow can shut your eyes and put your fingers over your ears if it's the type of thing that gives too much away.
One of the worst examples of that was Mission to Mars. I think that was the Gary Sinise Mars movie.
Yeah.
Man, I love a Mars movie, and I was looking so forward to seeing that. I saw that whole movie in the 2.5 minutes that it took to show the preview.
I wish I would have. There, Fezzi, it's like the living envy the dead, because that film was more of a fact of let's make a great preview and don't go out of your way to make a good movie. Now, also, people have changed so much the way they watch films. They run these things about cell phones. They run these things about talking. And I guess it's because people grew up with television. They just want to talk to their friends. But people will talk back to films like never before.
Yeah, it's almost like the airline instructions. You become so blasé to them that you don't even hear them, and, of course, you're not following them.
Well, what was the story out of your town in St. Petersburg, Fez, where a woman was she talking on a cell phone?
Yeah, the cell phone rang. She was trying to talk quietly to her mom. She says I was talking quietly because her mom couldn't hear her.
Right.
She got told to leave. I guess there was an officer, a police officer, in the theater. She got told to leave, her and her boyfriend, and the two of them, by the time it was over, they both ended up getting maced.
Good. I'm glad for it, and to me, that would become my new theater, where they're starting to mace people who are ruining the experience for everybody else.
Yeah, I guess the girl got maced out in the hallway, and she dropped her drink, so that was one of her big complaints.
Ah, well, it should be.
But he saved him from seeing Catwoman.
You know, that thing is, they wanted to see Catwoman. Everybody has different tastes. For me, I see most of these films as being Catwoman. David, you're on Fez.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw a movie that was more than 2 hours long? The price is going up and the movies are getting shorter and shorter.
You know what? Here's one of the reasons why they do shorter and shorter films. Because they can show up more times during the day. Here's a little M. Night Shyamalan trivia for you, Fez. I don't know if you know it. The last 4 movies that he's done, because we all think about him starting with Sixth Sense. Apparently he did 2 little indie films before that. Every one of these films, 1 hour and 7 minutes. He cuts them, it's 107 minutes. He cuts every one of them exactly the same length.
I had no idea about that.
Now, I catch him on TV, and he's saying, it's just a freaky thing. I don't know how it happens. But how could that be? He goes, some of his scripts are actually 30 pages longer than other ones, which should be, they say, a minute a page. But all these films are coming in at 107 minutes.
Yeah, that's not any sort of weird coincidence. I know you're trying to scare us all the time, M. Night. But that's obviously being done.
But you don't think it's just like some weird superstition that he has?
Oh, it's probably some sort of formula, I would think, where he's, equated with exactly how long a suspenseful movie should be.
Christian, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, what up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, remember the trailer for Fight Club? I mean, you knew it was going to be Fight with the title and a little bit of what was going on, but you had no idea what the whole story was going to be.
Well, I had read the book, so... That doesn't work for me.
That's why I don't read.
Because it ruins movies for you?
It really does.
Yeah.
Especially those Harry Potters.
The other odd thing is you do read comic books. I'm finally looking forward to a comic book movie, Fez. Sin City. I'm excited about the Frank Miller film, Sin City, that he's doing with Robert Rodriguez. And I saw a thing for this on the Internet, and I don't know if it's really real, but Mickey Rourke will be the title character. So that'll be exciting. A good Mickey Rourke film.
Finally. Again.
Yeah.
So I haven't read Sin City, but I am reading right now The Watchmen.
I love The Watchmen.
Which they're going to turn into a movie, I think.
Yeah, that's with David Anarskowski. I don't know how to say his last name. The guy who did Pi and Requiem for a Dream. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
The junkie movie?
Yeah, and he was supposed to do one of the new Batmans. He got tied to that.
Yeah, and then he pulled out of it, right?
Yeah.
We'll take a break. 866-277-4969. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.